Hey pen folks, welcome back to the Dormouse's desk. This is my second currently inked video. I'm very excited to talk to you today about some of the stuff that's happened in the last month. It has been a lot, but yeah, let's jump in. So the currently inked book that I bastardized here, which was the swatch book. If you weren't here for the last month's currently inked, it's a ink swatching book that I couldn't use as it was, and so we created like a little currently inked dealie. So let's go. I'm just gonna slide those out of the way. Let me get something so I don't put oils on the page. Okay, so first ink and pen is Ferris Wheel Press Roaring Patina Black. Thank you, Manda, so much for this sample. I loved it so much I bought a bottle. It's not necessarily a black ink. It's more like a blue-black ink with red sheen and gold shimmer. But when you combine all of those things, it sort of turns it into a black ink. So yeah, the base may not be black, but in writing, it looks pretty black. So this is the bottle. Let me see if I can... It's very reflective. But it's sort of like a 1920s style front. It's very pretty. So because last month was such a catastrophe with the swatches, I figured this month we'll just stick with an automatic pen. You can get these from John Neal, or what's that other store called? Arts and Ink or something. I'll link them down. You know what? I forgot to shake this. I'll link them down below so that you guys can find them there if you're interested in getting an automatic pen. Okay. And I put a piece of paper under this one so that we can avoid bleed through onto the next page, which was a problem with this page last month. So if you see the lines going through, that's just what that is. It's just a little protective page. Ferris Wheel Press does a really amazing job on packaging. This is gorgeous. The bottles themselves are not entirely user-friendly, but they're really well, like the packaging is really well designed. Let's see, we need a water brush. Go. Alright, so this is a TWSBI Eco in rose gold, the white and rose gold. It has a medium nib on it. This is the second fountain pen I ever bought. let's go to the next ink. So thank you guys so much for all of your kind comments in my last currently inked video. This is sort of like outside my wheelhouse, doing videos in this way. So I appreciate all your encouragement. It helped me cement that I should continue doing things like this. So that was all you guys. And also I wanted to thank you guys for the amazing support on my Etsy for the ink sample vial labels. Those have been selling really well, better than I anticipated that they would sell. And so I really appreciate everybody that's gone out and ordered those. Really heartwarming the support. People like Chris and Brad Dowdy and Miss Marilyn, Amanda, all of those folks have given those little labels a shout out, and I appreciate them so much. And if there are other YouTubers out there that have talked about my labels that I didn't mention, let me know, because I want to see the video. But immeasurable gratitude towards those folks. So this is KWZ Gray Plum. It's a purpley whoa. I'm gonna soak up some of that water. It's too much water. All right. This pen is my Kaweco Collection All Sport in Vibrant Violet, and this has a double broad oblique nib on it. That was a gift from a pen friend, and I love this nib. I'll wait for that to dry before I finish that sentence. It's very pretty. It's got, I don't think I've done chromatography for this one yet, but it looks like it's got some pinks and blues in it when you pull it out with some water. That's very pretty. Okay, I hope you guys had an excellent fountain pen day. I certainly did. I went to Pen Chalet and I ordered the Kaweco Iguana Blue All-Star. All Sport. All Star is lame. I ordered the Kaweco Blue All Sport. And I just so happened to also win one of their giveaways. Well, when I ordered it, it was like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning that Friday, because I'm impatient. And so anyway, I stayed up late. And when I finally was able to put in my order, it said, "Congratulations, you won giveaway number 13. And I'm like, oh, cool, what's giveaway number 13? And they had to take down the giveaway pages because they wanted the website to work, and apparently that was like one of the issues that they were having. So anyway, I find out what it is, and I'm just like, what in the world is this pen? I have never heard of this brand. I have never seen this pen before in my life. And so I ordered it early Friday morning. It actually came on Sunday, which was crazy. And so I'm very excited to show you guys this pen. It is a Tibaldi Perfecta. And this is the box that it came in. This is a intensely sturdy box. It's a heavy-duty cardboard that seems to be wrapped in paper. It's got some embossing here. It says Tibaldi. Let me sort of scoot that out of the way. And so it has this orange outer sleeve. There's more like UV printing on here. The website, the brand name, the brand logo, which is an eagle, and then there's some more, looks like UV printing here, and the tray slides out. And here's the pen. It comes on this nice little like suede cushion with this like legit elastic here. Underneath is the warranty card, how to open it, and then two little international short cartridges. One is blue and one is black, which is nice that they give you the option of sort of what color you want. And so, you know, obviously anytime you get a free pen, it's very exciting, but this pen was particularly exciting. One, because it's my first, I guess, Italian-made pen. I don't have any Italian pens in my collection. And two, because I don't know anything about this pen. And so it sent me on, a search. I watched the video on the Pen Chalet website, and that was good. And then the only other video I found on this specific model of pen was from the YouTube channel ODE. I'm not sure if it's ODE or Ode. Somebody can correct me, but he does a really wonderful, about 30-minute review of this pen. So some things about the pen that I like. It has some knurling here and here. The crushed acrylic look is not something that I've ever been attracted to, but it has some nice chatoyance in there. This would probably make a good pen to use in business settings because it's not overly flashy, but it does have like some interesting elements to it. The knurling is like directly in the acrylic. That's not a rubberized thing at all. It's just how they cut into the acrylic. The clip is pretty springy. I think on the Pen Chalet video it says that this is rubberized, but it doesn't feel rubberized to me. It feels more like a soft touch plastic. Slight dome on the ends, and then you'll notice that there is a taper at the end and then a taper down towards the nib. The twist off is one full rotation, and what I really like is that as soon as you see both of these here, you know that the pen has been successfully uncapped. So once you see the knurling, those 2 rows of knurling, you know you're good. It's a number 6 steel nib. It has half of the logo on it. It's printed Tibaldi. It shows what size nib it is. The really special part is that it's an ebonite feed, and this is also my first ebonite feed in a pen. So that was new. I like the shape of it. It's comfortable in the hand. The threads, well, so one of the striking things about this pen is how short the section is. It is a ridiculously short section. It has metal threads here cartridge converter, and then it goes directly into the acrylic threads. Everything feels really nicely machined on here, but the threads are, if you look at them closely, and I know, well, I might include an up-close shot, but if I don't, take my word, they're squared threads that have been rounded over. They're squircle threads, and so it's very comfortable to hold no matter where you hold the pen at. You can hold directly on top of the threads and it doesn't cut in, right? So like franklin-christoph threads, don't roll away, I have a franklin-christoph here. They have big square threads on their pens. These are very small square threads that have been rounded over. So the pen was a really pleasant surprise. Apparently, it is a model based off of one of their vintage models that was a safety pen, which is why they designed it with such a short section here. You might expect the section to start back here, but it's actually much sooner than that. And the old safety pens had the same knurling here to help you like screw out the nib and whatnot. And so this is just sort of a throwback to that. Some other interesting things that I wanted to share about this pen was that this is really not a popular a pen. And I know that because I went searching on Fountain Pen Companion, and there they have a list of how many of whatever type of pen people have in their collections. So I did a search for Tibaldi, and the most popular Tibaldi was the Bononia, and that was rated at the 777th most popular pen in people's collection. And then the pen that followed that, the Tibaldi pen that followed that, was the Infrangible, and that was listed at 1318. And then the N60, which is another model of Tibaldi pen, and that was listed at, what do I have it at, 1551. And then this pen was listed at 2153. Heck, now that I've added it to my collection, maybe it's at 2152. But this is not a popular pen. I don't think it's not popular because it's not a good pen. I think it's not popular just because nobody's talking about it. Like I said, the only review that I found on this model of pen was from our friend over, Paulo over at ODE. But I think it's a pen worth talking about. It's really rather nice. So this is not a review channel. I don't do reviews, but I didn't want to share this pen and some of the things about it just because it is so unknown. Something else that I forgot to mention is that the converter is actually a screw-in converter, which is nice. But I had to like push it in a little bit before I could screw it in, which was a little bit different. This is also the first screw-in converter I own. But it's really nice because if you're dipping the pen into the bottle of ink, you don't have to worry about the nib and section falling into the ink, which is annoying. Okay, so price of this pen if you're interested in one of these, and you know, maybe you are. It's like a good all-around pen. The price on the Pen Chalet website for this pen right now is $164, which is kind of a lot for a steel-nibbed pen. Full retail on this pen is $2.34. Would I buy this pen myself? No. But I like it. But I wouldn't buy it myself. If I saw this at a show or at a shop, I would move past it. This is not my style of pen. But now that I have it in my hands, I really do enjoy it. I like the knurling on the ends. If I had my choice, I probably would have gone for the all black version of this pen because that one looks really slick. It's like completely a blackout. I think the only thing that's not black is the nib. But I do like the pen. I enjoy how it writes. I enjoy how it feels in the hand, but $160 is a lot for me, even if it does have an ebonite feed, even if it is all Italian made. Yeah, so that's my thoughts. So let's swatch the ink. I will say when I first got this pen, oh, by the way, the ink is Sailor Sotin. I don't know how to pronounce that one either. When I first got the pen, it was really, really dry. And then I did some research, because again, I've never had an ebonite pen before, and after you let the ink soak into the feed, it should be writing a little bit wetter, but this one didn't. So I pushed the tines apart just a little bit, and it's writing much nicer now. Whew! Lumping the page got me. This is one of my favorite inks. I love this blue. So yeah, huge thank you to Pen Chalet for allowing me to experience something that I wouldn't have gone for myself. I am like so thrilled with this pen now. I really like it. I don't have... Uh-oh. Did I leave it uncapped for too long? Probably. That was the first hard start I've had. Okay. There we go. Oh, so this material they call vinyl blue. This is a fine nib. Fine nibs are, that's an I there. Fine nibs are not my jam, but they're good for planners and things, especially the Hobonichi, like the weeks and whatnot. Beyond the nib being a little bit dry, it's well tuned. There are no scratchy areas or anything. So yeah, that was a long journey for this, but like I said, I'm excited about this pen. I think it's a little bit underrepresented. I sort of wish that there were more reviews out there about this specific pen. The other Tibaldi models I don't think are as interesting looking as this one is. And so I sort of like I think it's a little bit of a shame that this one doesn't get a little bit more attention. But I feel like it's a pen that you have to see in person to appreciate. One other thing that I forgot to mention is that Tibaldi is now owned by the same family that owns Montegrappa. So if you enjoy Montegrappa pens, you might also enjoy Tibaldi. Okay, let's move on. Next ink is also blue. I had only planned on having one blue ink this month, but then the Tibaldi showed up and ruined my plans. I wanted to have a well-known ink in there, so that's how that happened. Ooh, let's do a swatch first. So this is Taccia Asahanada. This is the Ukiyo-e Series 2. I can't draw a straight line to save my life. Okay, so this is in my Lamy 2000. And this has a broad stub on it. It's a super smooth nib. I really love this pen, how it writes, how it feels in the hand. I really hate the filling system on it. It's such a pain in the butt. I always have to look up how to fill it and how to clean it because it never feels right to me. But I adore the pen. Tell me that makes sense. That makes sense, right? Okay, next. J or Bon, Lee Day. So this is in my Pilot Custom 823 in Amber. Still have some sticky stuff on it from the stupid sticker. This has a medium nib. I'm pretty much resigned to only putting brown inks in this pen. And again, I didn't do my swatch. Let me do my swatch. So, as you know, well, if you watched my previous Currently Inked, I ink these at the beginning of the month, and then I live with them, and we become friends, or don't become friends, for about 2 weeks. And then I do this video, and then I live with the ink again until I clean my pens. I hate the color of this ink. It is, I thought it would be nice. It's got a little bit of like red in the swatch here. I haven't written anything with this pen that I thought looked nice in this ink. It's a little, I don't know, a little flat. Doesn't give me joy. It is no Sailor Texas, I'll tell you that. So yeah, and the problem with putting it in an 823 is that you end up getting a lot in there. So this is not an ink that I think I'll use again. I'll probably give it away to somebody at the Pelican Hub. What is this? Pilot. Custom 823. This is a medium nib. That's a dot. That one. I love the pen, I hate the ink. The way it's drying, it looks kind of grainy. I don't know about that one. There are not a lot of inks that I hate, but that one, just so yucky. I guess I'm sensitive about brown ink anyway. So that one is no bueno. Next ink, Krishna, Cassia, Flora. You saw this ink on my channel already for the ink flight in October. Let me do my swatch. Okay. This ink is so cool. I need to stop buying ink, but if I were to buy more ink, I would probably buy more of this one, just because it's such a cool ink. Yeah, I love the greens, I love the oranges. It's so pretty. Very interesting. It is a little bit of a drier ink. You can sort of tell that by its lack of wanting to spread here. It's not unusable dry. It's just maybe not as wet as we like. This is a franklin-christoph Model 46. I really don't know what they called this material because this pen was given to me by a pen friend. Very generously given to me by a pen friend. It looks like a diamond cast. I might have to go to like Mackenzie's website and see if I can still like find something like this, but knowing franklin-christoph, it might have been something special that they had made. I honestly, I don't know what this is. So if you know what this franklin-christoph material is, if you could leave me a comment down below, because I don't know. This has an architect nib on it. Also a gift from my pen friend. Just put an A. I don't have any other architect nibs, so. And this is Krishna. Cassia, Flora, not Floria. Down, down, over, up. See, look at how many colors are in this. You get like some bright green, you have some darker green, a little bit of yellows in there. Some oranges, some red. That's a gorgeous color. If you knew me, you would know that I don't often gravitate towards shimmer inks, and it's not that I don't like them. It's just that I prefer shading inks. So the next ink is a surprise because it is the second shimmer ink that I have inked up this month. And that is abnormal for me. It's way out of character. This was a sample given to me by last year's Slack Secret Santa. And this is the first time I've used it. I'm sorry to say, this is the first time I've used it. But having said that, this ink is fantastic. I adore this pen ink combination. It doesn't even feel like there's shimmer. You know, sometimes with shimmer you get a little bit more feedback with the nib. This one, the particulate must be just so small. When I love like watching it roll around, and it must be so small, the particulate, that it just doesn't even matter. And it's such a bright, happy orange. Everybody loves happy oranges. So, the pen that I have this in is a TWSBI Eco. See, there's all the shimmer. And just spin it around here a little bit. Bam. This shimmer moves in this ink so well. It doesn't stick to the side. It's very easy to dislodge from the parts of the pen. Super user-friendly. But anyway, this pen is the TWSBI Eco in the transparent purple, and I have a broad nib on here. Hold on a second now. I forgot to do my water. I'll do it down below so I don't screw up my... Okay. Q Yang. I really like this ink, and it works so well in this pen. Alright, so let's let these dry, and I will be right back, but you won't notice that I was ever gone. Okay, so these are all the dried samples. You can see that the shimmer and the sheen. Hold on. Let me move you in. There we go. You can see that the shimmer and the sheen on the Roaring Patina Black is just bananas. It's so pretty. And in writing, that really does look black to me. The shimmer is pretty subtle. As well as the sheen. It's sort of like a dark red sheen. The KWZ Gray Plum. There's a little bit of sheen here in this really heavy spot, but mostly just a lot of nice shading. Oh, hold on a second. Hold the phone. We forgot to finish this. There we go. It's a double broad oblique nib. It's lovely. The Sailor ink here, it dries really fast, and it's such a nice sheen. You can even see some of the sheen, even in this fine nib that's a little bit on the dry side. in the LDI there, in the IL, in these ups or downstrokes rather. Those are downstrokes, a little bit in the squiggles. So you can see some sheen in those areas. The Lamy 2000, this is fine. There's not a whole heck ton of shading here. Got a little bit of sheen. I've never seen the sheen in the writing though. So it's okay. No complaints about this ink, but it's not, I don't think it's all that special. It's a pretty blue though. This ink, I'm probably going to dump out of the pen just because I dislike the color so much. It performs great, don't get me wrong. It's a very wet ink. I have no problems with it. Does it bleed through? There's no bleed through really on much any of the writing. I'm just against this color, this specific color. I don't like how kind of grainy and gray this ink is. It's just something about it that puts me off. I can't explain it. But yeah, I'll probably dump this because there's no way I'm going to push myself to write that much with this ink. There's about halfway. That's how much ink is in here. And life is too short to be unhappy. But again, it feels good in the pen. I don't agree with the color. The Krishna, Cassia, Flora. This is gorgeous. I love how many colors are here. You've got a little bit of the orangey red, these darker haloing green sections, and then this more olive color. Really pretty. I'd love to see this in a 1.5 nib. This nib handled it really well, but I think that this nib really wants a more lubricated ink. Not that it had any issues with this at all, but I think for writing experience, I think it might want something with a little more cushion to it. And then the tarot. This ink is just bananas. It's so great. The shimmer shows up really well in the writing, more so than the Ferris wheel press does. This is just sort of an in-your-face shimmer. Let's see. Yeah, it does come off. What do we got? Make sure I don't have shimmer anywhere else. The Ferris wheel press shimmer doesn't seem to be coming off, but I did smear it a little bit. Anyway, this is a super, super happy ink. I have another ink from this brand, Long Dan, or Long Dawn. I think it's Long Dan is what it is. And now I'm super excited to get that into a pen. Just because this one behaves so incredibly well. I really dig this ink. These two are keepers. Actually, the only ink that I would kick out of bed here is this one. This is just fine. It's a little bit on the bland side. For me, it's, just straight up blue. But this is not my jam. It happens. It happens. I'm really happy with the pen choices, barring that J. Urbon ink. And I'm super thankful to you guys for taking such a big chance on me with the stickers. Super thankful to you guys for being so amazing in the comments of my last currently inked video. You really picked me up, and I appreciate that. And I am super thankful to Pen Chalet for sending me a pen that I would not otherwise have experienced. Guys, I didn't do 30 inks this month. You may or may not be disappointed by that, but there's a reason I didn't do 30 inks, and the reason is because I have an Inkvent calendar, and I'm going to be doing Inkvent. And I promised myself that I wouldn't be crazy like I was last year and do both November 30 inks and Inkvent, because that was bananas. That was way too much. I think I put out over 60 videos in those 2 months, and it was too much. So this year we're doing a couple of videos here in November, and we're doing Inkvent starting December 1st. So we have that to look forward to. Okay, so that was the last thing that I had to tell you. Keep an eye out for that. Thank you all for watching today. Thank you all for all that you do. I appreciate you. Love you. Bye.